What's going on, guys? Chad Christopher here. Welcome to another wood build. Listen, this shop is in full effect for December, trying to hit a build every single day. And yeah, man, so we're cranking them out right now. We're in full effect. So today's build is a blanket ladder. This is something my wife brought to my attention. I think they're pretty cool. You know, you see them all over the place on Etsy, on Pinterest, and you know, that whole thing. And it's essentially just like a wood ladder, right? You lean it up against your wall and you hang blankets on the rungs. And so it's a nice way to get the blankets out of the way, but it also serves as a nice piece of decor. Yeah, we're gonna attempt to build one today. Now, it didn't take much. I got two 2x4s, and then I got one 1x3x8. And so we're just gonna make the rungs out of that 1x3, you know, make the edges out of the 2x4s. We will miter the bottom at like, I watched another video that did 18 degrees or something, so it's got a little bit of a tilt to it. We might try that, see how that goes. So it should be pretty simple, I'm hoping. Now, as far as fastening the rungs to the sides, I saw a couple different videos on how they did it. One guy used pocket holes, which, I don't know, I thought that seemed like a little extreme for something like this that you're just hanging blankets on. Someone else was using like, it's just screws from the outside, and that's fine, but I didn't want to show fasteners as much as possible. I honestly think glue would work just fine, but I don't know if you're hanging like a heavy quilt on it or something, I wouldn't want to worry. So I actually picked up this doweling jig kit, so just little wood dowels. It's super simple. This entire thing was like 10 bucks or something like that. I've seen it used on a lot of different things for shelves and things like that, and they provide a ton of stability. It seems really, really easy to use. So I'm going to attempt that today, and I hope it works out. So I'm hoping this is a pretty simple build, but you know, they never turn out that way, but that's what we're here for. So you guys can watch these and learn from me, and then it'll be much easier on your turn. So all right. Let's dive into the 2x4s first. Okay, so first step is I'm gonna set up this miter at 18 degrees. That's gonna be the floor foot. I'm just taking that measurement off another video, so I hope it works out. But yeah, let's go ahead and cut this down to size. This whole thing, by the way, is gonna be 5 feet long. I think we might try and figure out what the back angle is by leaning up against a wall, try and figure that angle, and then we'll take that off the top. So yeah, we'll try that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a measurement 5 feet from this edge, and I'm gonna make that a straight cut. And then we're gonna lean it up against the wall, and then we're going to try and figure out that angle. I have no idea how this is gonna work, but we'll figure it out. All right, so I just leaned this thing up against the wall. So that's pretty much flat on the ground at that 18 degrees. And then I took this guy here and I just held it straight up against this wall, and I drew a straight line on it. And I'm just gonna cut that so that hopefully we have, you know, this whole piece up against the wall. So I could make this cut on the table saw, but to keep everything super simple, I'm just gonna use this circular saw here. Okay, so that's now on the ground, and this is right up against the wall. I'm now gonna take my speed square and just make a straight line across the top. Let's see how it looks. So I'm using that curved edge as my straight line, and then I'm gonna mark right here and cut all that off. I'm gonna make this cut on the miter because it needs to match up with, you know, the bottom, so it's gonna be 18 degrees as well. So yeah, easy cut here. So you can see that cut, so 18 degrees on top, 18 degrees on bottom, and I have no idea what angle that is for the wall. All right, so bottom, top, side. I don't really know if all that was necessary, but I think when you're looking at it from the front like you will be with blankets, it'll be nice that this is just a square flush top rather than kind of sticking up, you know, with just an excess board. So I like it. So now I'm just gonna take this one that's already cut. I'm gonna throw it on top of my second board. I've already cut the 18 degree bottom, line these two up, and then I can just scribe the top of this since they're the exact same thing, and then make those two cuts without having to go through that whole process again. All right, so we have two identical pieces right here for the tops. I think that's pretty cool. Probably my favorite thing about this build, well, I mean, I watched a couple videos, don't get me wrong, but this is all out of my head, and that's really kind of fun and really cool for me to see the progress. So yeah, onto the rungs. Okay, so it is day 2 on this blanket ladder build. I just got back into the studio here. First thing I did was I took our 1x3s and I made 16-inch cuts right here. So we've got 4 identical 16-inch rungs, and obviously these will be used as the rungs on our ladder. I've got one of the supports here, and I was trying to think through how I want to set up the rungs. So initially what I did is I took the whole length on the back, like the long side here, and then I divided that by 4. I made marks along those 4, and what I realized is like the bottom rung is only gonna be, 11 inches or so off the bottom of the side. And I was like, no blanket's gonna fit on that. So I just moved all of my marks, essentially 5 inches up. So I'm pretty close to the top on this side, but that'll give the blankets, I think, more room to breathe down here on the bottom. It'll still be pretty short. It's like, I think 16.5 inches or something from the bottom here, and then they're 11.5 inches from there. And then what I did was I ended up making a line on all those points where the rungs will be. I found the center of that line, and then I'm gonna take my speed square here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it up amongst the side here so that the 45-degree angle lines up with the center point of the strike. Okay, so you can see my marks here, and then I've also put a center mark along each of these. Now I want these rungs to actually be sitting at a 45-degree angle in here so that it gives a little bit more dimension, and the blankets have, they just lay a little bit nicer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my speed square here, drop it along the top, and then this center point, I actually just want to try and line up the center of the bottom of this board with that center point. And then I'm going to use my speed square to get that 45-degree angle right on. And then on the top here, you can kind of see, if I line the edge of this up with that 5, I am pretty close to the center of this board. Now you can see what that's going to look like. And from the front of the ladder, it'll look like this. So the blankets will be kind of held up in the back and then just kind of draped forward, nice and pretty. Okay, so I just drew an outline around each of those rungs. On the bottom, I just set up one board and took an outline. And then I'm gonna use those to set up my dowel points. So I'm gonna put a dowel here and here on each of those spots. Okay, I'm 100% sure this is the incorrect way to do this, and probably the least scientific way to do this, but listen, it's the way that it's gonna get done. So this jig, which is nice, it helps you drill straight holes, the perfect size of the dowels. It doesn't fit over a 2x4 this way, and it doesn't go in far enough if I go this way. So that's fine. I just took the drill bit here, I put a stop on it, which is about half the length of the dowel. And then I have marked, I took the center point and then, my stencil, and then I went halfway between the center point on each side. I'm gonna drill 2 holes. We're gonna put some glue on this, stick these in. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna mark the other ladder to make them line up, but dang it, we're gonna get this thing done tonight. Fits in there pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna, I guess, go ahead and do those same holes on the rest of these. Okay, there we go. And as we learned from the hex shelf video, I went ahead and removed as much glue as I could just with a shop towel. Let's try and get these things lined up to those now. Okay, so I just found these little things in the thing. I don't know if you can see those or not, but essentially just a little metal piece with like a poker on the end, and I had no idea what they were for. And then as I'm sitting over here like putting them up to the dowels, I realized there's a bunch of different sizes of these. You're supposed to put these in the hole, I think, and then you just kind of mark what is going to be drilled in so that, yeah, they can line up. So it's too late for that on this side, but we can still do that on the other side, which is great news. So for this one, I think maybe what we'll do is we're gonna take some masking tape. We're gonna find one of these that matches up size-wise, and I'm just gonna mask tape this thing to a dowel. Oh shoot, I need 2 of them though, huh? All right, I guess we're gonna put 2 different sizes on. This is like the most ridiculous, inefficient thing of all time. But by golly, it's gonna work. Okay, so got those things taped up. Let's see, how can I hold this? I don't know how I can hold these in place. I think they'll be okay. All right, so we want to line this up as well as we can. %. Okay, they're not perfect, but they're definitely there, and we're gonna roll with it, man. Let's freaking go. You can see how that worked out. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue in the holes. I'm also gonna put a little bit of glue down here. This thing should hold. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at us go. All right, let's keep going. We got good news and I've got bad news. Good news, we got all 4 of these done. They're on the dowels and like, they worked really well, man. Like we did it. Now the bad news. I did it backwards. Like, I was looking at these and I originally had them set up this way and I'm like, no, that's backwards. And so I flipped them and now it's backwards. Like, I mean, it's fine. It's just right now it'll face this way, right? So the blankets would have to go over, then come forward, and I feel like it's weird. I feel like it should be, I feel like it should look like this, right? 100% should look like that. That makes so much more sense. So here's our choices. Number 1, we just let it roll. And we just deal with the blankets laying a little bit weird. Like, I don't even know if the blankets will look that weird. It's just if I don't have blankets on it, it'll for sure look weird. God, it's so frustrating. The other option is I just lop off the end. You know, right now it's the way that it's tilted makes it so that it has to go this way. If I just make a new cut, I can have it go this way. It just means I'm gonna lose a fair amount of height this way, and then like, I mean, a solid couple inches on both sides. So rather than 5 feet, it's gonna be like 4.5 feet. We're just gonna cut off the bottom and top. We're gonna do it. We're gonna cut it off. We're gonna lose a little bit of height. So frustrating. Okay, so we went ahead and we did it, man. We cut off the bottom. We just changed the angle of this thing entirely. And then I used the outline of this to mark the other side so that matches up perfectly. I made all those cuts already. It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it took 10 minutes or something. It just sucks that I lost a little bit of height. This thing was already shorter than I was planning on. Let's move on, man. I'm going to drill the holes for the dowels. I'm gonna use these things properly. I'm gonna put those in. I'm gonna mark the other side, drill the other side, put it all together. Okay, so you can see up here, I dropped those 2 little metal things in the top holes. I'm gonna mark those. I don't know how I'm gonna mark all of them at once and like keep the board in the same spot though. So I'm a little worried about that, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. Okay, so these 3 lined up pretty well. And so I marked them and then I circled those marks. I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but this 4th rung is like sticking way more up than the rest. So like when I line these up, that board is, you know, above there. So I think I'm gonna end up having to like bend this guy down. So I don't know what that means. I think my plan is to put these 3 in first. I have no idea what to do about that. Okay, so rather than doing all 3 of these and then trying to bend this one into place, I'm actually gonna do this one first and have it already bent into place and then line the other 3 up. Like, it makes sense in my head. Okay, we're just gonna try it. I sure hope it works. Whose idea was it to do a project completely out of my own head? That's the thing. We're gonna make it happen though. But I'm still gonna run it up. let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's even better. All right, while this glue is drying, I'm just taking this time to sand this thing down. I already sanded the other side. I'm using an orbital sander with a vacuum. I'm starting with 120 grit and then going to 220 grit before we stain. Now all that's left is to finish this thing up. So I'm going to put some of this pre-stain on here and then finish it up with some dark walnut. You know, a lot of the wood in my house is dark wood, so I wanted to match that. I'm gonna go ahead and end the studio stuff here, and the next time you see this thing, it should be finished, maybe with a couple blankets on it, chilling at the house. I'll see you there. All right guys, so we got this thing all home. I think it looks beautiful right next to the Christmas tree. It's got a very nice rustic feel to it. I ended up throwing a pre-stain as well as staining it that dark walnut. The stain took really well. It's really even. I'm super stoked on how that all turned out. We've got a little baby girl chattering away who loves the look as well. But yeah, overall, man, super stoked on it. The dowels worked great. The dowels worked great to hold the rungs together. One thing I did find out, my wife pointed out that the rungs are probably supposed to go the opposite direction. We looked up some Pinterest videos and they go both ways, but needless to say, I probably didn't need to recut those sides, but it's fine. They're gonna be covered with blankets anyways. It does look really nice. We cut this one at 5 feet tall, and then we ended up taking a little bit off with those recuts. I think if we did this again, I'd probably go to like 6 feet tall, so it was a little bit taller. But yeah, overall, I think it looks fantastic. It's everything I wanted it to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What did we spend here? Like $3 on each of these, and then $4 total here. So well under our $20 goal. Awesome little gift, especially if you like had a quilt or something to give someone. You can give them the quilt as well as this, and I think it'd be really nice. So in any case, I hope you're enjoying this series. If you are, hit the thumbs up button. I've been getting a ton of comments that are just super enthusiastic about the woodworking thing, the new direction, and it makes me feel really good and like I'm on the right path, and I'm super stoked to hear all that. So thank you guys so much for all the feedback. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this, and if you have any ideas for future builds, and we'll get them done, man. So subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. For my first build that came completely out of my head, I couldn't be more stoked. So I'll see you tomorrow for some more builds on Chad Christopher. Peace out.